WhiteSnake.
What is it?
WhiteSnake. S-N-A-K-E. Yes. Yes.
All right, that's interesting.
According to the Bible and history and archaeology, so-called natives from in America are Israelites according to the Bible. So read that.
Look at this second Ezra chapter 13 verse 40. These are the 10 tribes which were led away from their own land into captivity in the days of King Hosea, whom Shalmaneser, the king of the Assyrians, led captive.
Right. So the 10 tribes of Israel, because they went into slavery in Assyria. So the Assyrians had them in captivity, and then keep reading.
He took them across the river, and they were taken into another land. But they formed this plan for themselves that they would leave the multitude of the nations and go to a more distant region where mankind had never lived.
Right. So they left. So they were in captive, and they came together, and they said, you know what? We gotta leave this place so we could get. They were trying to get free, right? So they left, and they went to a place where never mankind dwelt. At this time, the whole, I believe, say there's four parts of the world. The whole 3 parts of the world was already discovered. The only place in the world that wasn't discovered was the Americas. So during this time, when they fled from the Assyrians, they came into America, and to try to keep God's law. So that's historically. And you can even look at history, right? Because you can look at stuff like, have you ever heard the Lost Luna Stone?
The what?
The Lost Luna Stone?
Lost Luna?
Lost Luna.
No. Heard of the Rosetta Stone.
Right. So there's something called the Lost Luna Stone, and it was written, it's a big boulder basically that's here in America that has the 10 Commandments written on it in Hebrew. And it was dated back way before any colonization came. So that means the people that were native to here had to know how to speak Hebrew and knew the 10 Commandments in perfect order.
Well, I wish we all knew Hebrew.
Have you ever heard that, what he just said though? Have you ever heard that?
I'm going to say somewhat. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's in the Bible, so that's how we know. Actually, there's evidence too that points that the reason Christopher Columbus, one of the reasons he found this land was because he read the Bible. He read 2nd Ezra chapter 13.
He said that he had a Hebrew interpreter with him when he came through there, because he already knew who he's going and who he's going to
Yeah,
encounter.
but none of the people that were living here spoke Hebrew. We spoke the indigenous languages. And
If you go home, if you Google Hebrew artifacts in America, they have thousands of artifacts that are here in America that were dated before any colonization or anybody came over here. So that means the indigenous people here had to have spoke Hebrew. They had to know it. They had to be able to write it. They had to be able to.
have any recorded anthropological
we actually look these right here.
What is